Okay, following I will share with you the Pagination design, and implements. Okay, and first you can use the element UI to design your page. You can search Pagination, and Pagination, okay, and that's some simple, and you can following the copy and paste the code. Here I use this one, have a background color. We can see it like this. Just use EL Pagination and background. Here, if you want to add the previous and the next button, you need to add the attribute of layout, preview, and next, and figure is necessary. Okay. It means 1, 2, 3, and the page count. Okay. And the total page here add 1000, and then it will to show 1000. But here there's something wrong. There it means 1000. This is the code you can copy, and if you want to show some other information about Pagination, you can use like this. If you want to add the total count of the record, you can like this. The total count, if you want to pay, it's just to add total in layout. Okay. And here I will show in my employee management. I add this one. We can see in my database. It have 13 records. Okay. And then in the page, you can see total 13, and the page size I set up 10 so it have two page. If you you click the second button, it will show the second page record. Okay. Then I will show the code how to design and implement. Here, it's just behind the batch delete. So in the row batch deletion, I add EL column, and add the code EL pagination backend page size. Here, page size you can learn from the website. Page size, it says one page to show the records count, okay? And its default 10 and here you must, if you want to design and here I show the page size in data. I will to show in the data. I define a variable named page size and give the value, okay? And the current page, if you refresh your page, it will always to show the first page. So the current page is always 1, okay? And the total count here, I show the total count. I give the variable default value is 0. This is the 3 variable I master to define, and then I will to continue. There's the current page. In the website, current page, you need to like this. Okay? And I give the value of the variable I have defined, have named. And then the total is the total count. Total count I defined, customer defined myself. And then the event, if the event you can find the current change. I just to add this this event. When the current page has changed, then it will call the method. Okay, and the current change, I define a event. It's like this. The current this current page equals the parameter, and the loading. This loading it's attribute of table. Here I just to add some decoration about the table. When you to flash the table, here I add a loading. I will show you loading. It's just like this, okay? Okay, and the loading I will show you. In the table, I use like this. The variable, the name is I have defined in data the same way. We can see in the data I have loading. The loading, if you need, if you want to need, first when you don't need to show the loading, so the loading is false. Okay. If you want to show, then loading is true. Okay. So here the default value is false. Is false. Okay. I will back to the event. The event of current change. Current change. The current page to change. The loading is true. Okay, and this method I have designed. This method is to select from backend. Use the current page and the page size. Okay, so the method is following this one. To call the backend, we have the method. Last week we have defined and finished it. This one, all is in, and the page count, page default current page is 1, and the count page size count is default 10. It's like this, and when response status is 200, then the table data refresh, and the current the total count we know in the method of backend. I return a map to put total count on the list. List is the result of search. Okay, and the total count is the total. It's a number. Then gives a value. And if the response have finished, then we must to give the loading is false. Okay, then the loading will the loading result will false. Okay. 2000 means the backend, the camp backend response data successful. Okay. We know if you want to visit backend, you must to send a request. Okay. And the backend will to resolve the request and to respond something. The data of 200 means all the process is successful. Okay. In the browser, when you want to visit any website, you can see. You also can see the network, and we can see if I refresh it, I will to show one, and the header. Okay, I will to open the Baidu, for example. Will to open the debugger. Baidu. Well, we can see have some. You can see like this. If it can response successful, then the theta code is 200. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Then we can continue. We know if you want to open the page, the staff management page, you must make pagination. Okay, so in our method, we know method when you load the page, it will to run the multed. Okay, the multed the loading the loading I gave it true because the loading when you anywhere when you visit the backend, you can first to give the loading is true. Okay, when the response finished, then you can give the loading false. Okay, and then is our refresh. This method the last week we designed for select the employee. Okay, and we can see when you to select when you select before it, you must to find the information about pagination. Here I give a method. Like this. The name you can customer. The method is to call the pagination and gives the page. The current page is 1 and the page size is this page size. Okay, understand? So the important I will sum up. The first one, you need to add the pagination like this, and you want to bounding and give the 3 variable about page size, the current page, and the current change event. The current change event event method you must to event the total count. If you need to show, you can give it. Okay, and it's the first step. Then in the 2 step is in the data to give 3 variable. Okay, and then to define the page count event method. Here it is the method. I just to make every student easy to understand, so I separate this method to 3 methods. Okay. Then the second step is in your refresh method. you need to call the method you have defined. Okay. Of course, in our backend, we need to receive the page count and the page size in order to query the information from database. Here, the parameter I design like this, and in the service, the page, we need to call the mapper to give the start and the content, and the content we know the page size, and then the mapper get empty list. It's just to limit the start and the count. Okay. So it's the first depart I share with you. And you can see in our page I add stuff. We can see the new record is ranked first, then the second page it will add another record. Okay. And if the current page is 1, then the previous is not allowing. If it have the next page, then you can delete the next page. Okay, everyone?
Yes.
Have any questions? After class, I will update the code. You can learn from it to together the video I have made. Okay. The second is I have finished the department functions. In the department function, all the function you can learn from the staff management. Okay. In the staff management, we have search, add, update, delete one, and delete many functions. So I just copy the code and change some details. Okay. So here I finish the department. The department is just the DPT view, and in the department function, this add function is the same. Here I will show you. I add 17 department, okay, and then in the under the 17 department, the department is QQQ, and in the department I will add some employee, okay. Everyone.
Okay.
Here I gave 小明 is QQQ and QQQ job is 小明. I will give a 2, okay. The 2 employee. The second employee I gave 小花. 小花 is a madam. Also QQQ, and his job is like this. So in the employee we can see see the two record, and the DPTNO is number is 70, okay.
Okay.
And we can see my designer of employee. I will to show you the designer the employee. I gave foreign key. We know a foreign key DPTNO department number is it is the department it is the same, okay. So in the employee I give the foreign key to reference the department, and the field is DPTNO, okay.
Okay.
Okay. If you want to, we know if you want to delete the department, we know the department we can call it master table, okay. 主表 master table, okay. And the employee we know some employee belong to one department, so we can call the relationship of the employee table is the employee table is a sub table, okay. We can call the department table is a master table 主表 call the employee table is a 子表 是 sub table. Understand?
Yes.
Master table and sub table. The master is department and the sub table is employee. Okay, we know
this is a relationship logic.
Yeah, it's a relationship. And if you want to delete the master table, here it means the department table's record. If you want to delete it,
but if we delete it, we will
you must the first to delete this record, and then
yes.
Yeah. So here you must to make sure to the second record have delete or have update to other, then you can delete this one. Okay? Understand?
Okay.
So you must to make sure we must to make sure the subtable have no relationship with the master table. Then the master table's record can delete. Okay? Easy? Yeah. So here I just we need to use transaction. Okay? Transaction. Yes, plus is right. Yes, and here in my SpringBoot, if you want to use transaction, we know transaction is to make sure the first step has success, then the second step can success. If any step have some error, then it will roll back to the original situation. Okay? Understand? Okay. So everyone have learned transaction. So I just to teach you how to in the SpringBoot use transaction. It's very simple. Just three type. The first in the starting class of the project, you need to add the annotation. Okay, here I will show you my starting class is like this, something AP application, we know, easy. Yes. And I add the annotation. If you add this annotation, you must to import the annotations the class. Okay, it's just a Spring transaction and annotation. It's the first step. Then if somewhere you want to visit the database in the service, you need to add transactional, and then in the starting class, you need to inject the manager of transaction like this. In default, the SpringBoot to inject manager named TX manager 1. So you just to copy the following code in your starting class. Here I just to copy this. Okay. If you need to know what class and what manager you have used in Spring, you can to add a test method to print the current manager. Here we know in our com. In our project, we add the dependency about SpringBoot start JDBC. Okay, we add this dependency. If in the future you use other dependency about databases, you can in the starting class to inject other manager. Okay. Here, if you use JDBC, you must to inject like me. Okay. The code I have to give in the document. After class, I will show you again. And then I just to design like this. I will to show you the method delete. In the table, it's just a method handle delete. Okay. This method we have finished last week. You just to remember it. It gives the index of this row and the ID. We delete if the confirm window you choose confirm, then it will call the method delete case. Okay, and then visit the backend. Okay, why we use this one? Because we must to do two things in the one time. The first thing I have tell you, you must to update the subtable the information, and the second thing is you must to delete the department information. Okay. Okay, so we must to make sure the two-step success, then it means success. Error one step have neither either one step have error, then it will roll back to the orange situation. Understand?
But when we delete, like as I told you, like if we delete the information, we will lose everything.
You can. But I just to design separate, because the change the operation about employee is some service of employee, and the delete department is the service of department. So I separate it. If you design like me to separate these two business, then you must to use transaction. Okay. And I think in the future, something maybe separated many depart, you master you have to use the transaction. So here I just give a simple to teach you the transaction the using. Okay. Okay, if in your project you never use the transaction, it's okay. I just to teach you the knowledge about transaction in your project, and I hope you can master the transaction and the using in project in SpringBoot. Okay. So I just
on the tabs, can we make it like dynamically? We can upload how to say components by creating them.
Another things. Okay.
Yes.
You can. In fact, in my design, it is satisfied with your design.
Yeah.
Because the first I give the router sheet. And in our home view, to load it in the by the sheet like this. The menu is to load it.
Launch it dynamically. It's not a menu. This is tabs.
Tabs. If you delete, if you choose one menu, then to load the view component. So in some way it is the dynamical to load.
Dynamically, it means I can read instance.
We continue. You choose confirm, then to call the method we have defined the first to visit the backend like this. Okay. If the response is successful, then refresh the table. In the backend, I will to show you about transaction. We know it is something about backend. So our main work is here. Delete by ID. We can to check delete by ID and give the parameter IDs. The request method is delete. Okay. Last week we have finished, and in the service, I will show you in the service. Because the first we need to update the employee, and the second is delete. So in the service, the method I add the transactional. Okay. And use task manager 1. Okay. If you to delete I have choice value is like this. You also can delete this code. Okay, I just to show you in our JDBC the SpringBoot automatic to inject this one. Okay, so in the service we can use the transition. And here about the changes of employee, I just defined in employee mapper, and I just to bunch update the employee information of the DPTNO is none. Okay. Okay. Then the mapper I just to do like this. Update. To update, we can say update the employee site DPTNO is none. We know about delete, it just gives the ID is the department ID, not the department number. Okay. So here we must first to according to the ID to select all the department number. That in other way, you also can send from front to send the DPT numbers. You can do like this or in other way. And here I just to give the ID. So I first to select from department when the ID is in the IDs to select all the department number, and update employee site department number is none. Okay, and then in our and then it's the first step, and then the second step is to delete according to ID to delete department. It's just to delete. So here I will to show you clear all. And if I delete the 70 and it means successful, we will following the login here. The first to update, you can say to update set to update employee, and update the result is 2, because we have to record under department number is 70. Okay, and then the second step, and we can see the transaction circle session. Okay, because we have to open the transaction, and then delete, and then delete the department. Delete result is 1, and then the the transaction commit, because the two step is success, then transaction commit. Okay, if one step have error, then it will roll back the original situation. Okay, and then refresh the page to select all. And here we can see the 70 has no, and I will to refresh this one.小明和小花，小明小花。Here the department number is none. Okay. Maybe in some debug you there have a debug in the in here, but the total count of the pagination is right because it actually have 16 record. Okay. 小明小花，小明小花。No, I'm not. So I will to check.
哇，这个很快啊！
小明小花。In the result is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then the 2 is 2. It's 12 record. Okay, the total 12, but the actually is 16. Because why it's like this? Because the select maybe the circle statement maybe we select is others. You can see I just use the inner we can say if here I will to show you the select. Select from it is like this. Okay. Okay, and the one of the condition is it's the equal. Okay, employee PT number is this. So here I think it is a bug. We can to change. We use to show all the employee information. So in our select the condition is the relationship we just to left drawn. Okay, have you studied?
Yes, sir. Just join.
Left drawn this one and on, and the result will show all the employee information. Okay. Here. Yeah. Okay. Then I will to show it is the 小明 and 小花 and the department is none and the other have other people is none. Okay. So we can see this in the page 1 is 10. In the second one is 6. Then it is keeps the same with the total count. Okay. So here is my my sharing with you. Thank you for everybody. I think we have overtime.
Yes. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you for everyone listening.
Thank you for your help.